Hello everybody and welcome back to Sagevivor Season 2 Gladiators. This episode is the second half of the double eviction that we're going down that I kind of talked about in the last episode. In the last episode we did see that in the first eviction of this double eviction, Caleb was blindsided. Dirk was on exile during this time, so now he's coming back. We're going to get his thoughts. And we are going into the final 8 right now. So, let's go ahead and see what everybody has to say. Let's see the drama, and let's see how the second half of this double goes down.
Caleb, if you see this, you're the best ally a guy can have in the game. Past advantages back and forth, we talked about every plan. We talked a lot of life stuff. He's definitely a friend for life for sure. Gonna miss him. It really sucks. Caleb's gone. I guess apparently Sebastian and Taylor flipped. That's what I keep hearing. I'm worried that Cam was in on it, but knew that there would be backlash to his plan and like left out. That's how I felt. But I keep talking to Elk. Elk was very persistent that Cam wasn't trust Elk. So. Yeah. All I need to do is count the votes. It looks like there were 3 Snowy, Caleb, Elk, and Cam. And the rest were on Caleb. But Elk and Cam, even if they were, they could vote wrong and still get the It's hard to trust anyone. I feel like I could trust Elk though. I gotta trust people. I gotta trust somebody. So I'm trusting Elk, and then I guess trusting Elk to trust Cam. So I told Elk first about my steal of vote and my idol. But we'll see what happens. Moonlights. It's fresh, I feel like. I don't know how long that is, because they didn't need to do this yet. There was so much time. Obviously, I considered making it for one Taylor, so it's not a wild play that they made, but I feel like now we have to deal with so many of these random factors, like Echo, it's scary out there. I think I have to play my idol this round. I have to, because I told Cam that I'm probably going to play it. They're being a little weird. We talked about the vote though. They keep not really hammering stuff down for sure. But I'm gonna vote. I'm voting Snowy. That's Taylor and Sebastian. And Taylor's new. Sebastian might have an idol. Try Snowy, maybe that shows that I'm still willing to work with them. I guess that's how I feel. And I'm hoping that after the vote, that's how it goes. Echo keeps kind of talking to me about here and there about wanting to save me and being vague and talking about how he he's gonna talk around and blah blah blah. I feel like from what she said, like Echo has to be the one like pushing my name. I don't know. So hard to know. I'm so nervous. There was already one idol nullifier, and there's another idol nullifier. I'll be fine. I'm very nervous. Oh man. So I guess I'm gonna try to go for a snowy boat. I have no idea what's gonna happen here. The worst case scenario I can think of is something like Sebastian or somebody that got wind and idled snowy, or they just put enough votes on not me and voted out Cam or Elk instead. Losing Cam or Elk at this point, just chipping away at me. I'm really scared for this vote. I don't know what's gonna happen. Wish me luck, guys. I miss you, Caleb. Hopefully, I look forward to talking to you after the game. I might join you in
So, last night at Tribal was probably the craziest and the biggest moment of the game, and the aftermath has been absolutely wild. Like, I'm trying to do damage control for Dirk and Cam, and I'm like, I'm still willing to work with you guys, and that's partially true, but I wouldn't be against one of them going in like the next two Tribals. And then there was also something going on with like me, Taylor, and Snowy. Like Snowy was like, you and me and Taylor can like work together, like match us in the final 7, we can be powerful, and I'm like, sure, why not? And then I also have another partial thing going with like Infinity and Echo, and I say partial because we do have like an alliance chat, but I'm not sure how much of it is just them leaving, like Echo's saying that we can be the final 3, but I'm not sure how much of it is fake and how much of it is real. And then I found out like a couple minutes ago, like after Tribal, Cam received information from Echo, and he was like, Sebastian, Taylor, and Snowy are a trio, and I was like kind of upset when I heard that, like Echo trying to like throw us under the bus, especially because like it doesn't make sense for like 2 reasons. Number one, like you would want to play the idol piece for Snowy. Like if we were a trio, don't you think that like me and Taylor would be like trying to like play our idol pieces for Snowy? Like it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Number two, we all know that like Echo and Infinity are like this tight duos, and if like if we're supposed to be a trio, that's already 5 locked votes. Like, make it make sense. It can't make sense because Echo is lying. He was lying. I don't really intend on doing this trio thing with Snowy and Taylor for now. At least I may change my mind, but I'm not really the only person who I kind of want in my final 3 officially is Elk, because he's not doing much. Like he's just going wherever the wind blows. That seems to be a strategy, and it's not a winning strategy. So I kind of wouldn't be against being in the final 3 or even a final 2 with him. I feel like I can beat him. And then hopefully everything goes well from here, because like I know that like people probably see me and Taylor as a duo, and she's new, I'm not, so they could easily pick me off if they decide to like try and separate one of us. So the aftermath of the tribal could go wrong, but it could also boost my position, assuming that like like nope, we gotta get him out. So hopefully everything goes well.
So, this will cover both the final 9 eviction and the final 8 eviction, because those were kind of intertwined, even though I did have a 4-second confessional for the final 9 one. So, let's just start. So, we had the Pops challenge that kind of sucked. I didn't win it. Taylor was in at final 8, Cam was in at final 7. I didn't realize then how good Cam's in would be. So, originally, Snowy thought he was going to get blindsided. I'm like, oh no, I don't want that to happen. I'll come help you, buddy. I'll ask around. And then slowly I realized, oh wait, no, Snowy doesn't have any votes. Well, dang it. So I thought that his ass was just genuinely cooked. And so I voted him out. But then, shocker, Caleb gets blindsided. And now we don't have Caleb any longer. So, well, I'm like, oh, great. And now I'm just kind of lost and just kind of being sad at everyone. Although everyone's being nice to me, so I guess that's at least something. Especially Taylor. Taylor's being very nice to me. So now I finally, Dirk is back. Dirk actually tells me he has like 2,000 advantages that I didn't know about. Why don't I get literally anything? So Dirk has all this stuff, And, so Dirk is going to use an idol at this trial because otherwise he's kind of dead. And we're hoping, I'm going to be voting for Dirk. We discussed that. And we're hoping that Dirk and Cam voting out Snowy will get Snowy eliminated. And the plan is to just have a grand old time, and hopefully everyone else will vote for Dirk, and then Dirk will be safe, and then we'll all be cool and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna see who goes out here and what happens. Hopefully something good happens. Hopefully I don't die just yet. That'll be great. That'll be cool. Alright. Bye guys. See ya.
Hey y'all, welcome to confessional number 14. We're still alive, we're still kicking. Oh my god, it's been a crazy freaking cycle. Like, so insane. We had a double eviction. So I'm talking like big honestly, I couldn't have asked for it to go better for my personal game. Like, it's been a vibe. Like, okay, so the first one, I had the options of voting out Snowy. You know, I could have blindsided him with an idol in his bottle if I wanted to. But he probably would have exposed that I had an idol to everyone and whatnot. And also, like, I just didn't want to do that. And then my other option, which is what I went with clearly, is that I had the numbers, I had the exact numbers to blindside him, which didn't find him, which was the hard part. He had so many like advantages. He had like 3 advantages. He had like an idol piece, an extra bow, and then something else. I was just curious some shit. And I don't know, and an idol fire as well, which he used against me. And then yeah, the Dirk was gone for the round, so I was kinda like, yo, we need like 1 less vote here. Instead of being like 10, we only have 5 votes. God. So like, oh my god, this just worked out perfectly that Dirk was so high. It also worked out perfectly because Echo would have preferred to vote Dirk before Caleb, which means he would have fought me when I wanted to vote Caleb, because that's what I personally wanted. So it worked out that like Dirk was not an option, and Cam was not an option because he was mute. Caleb just who I felt the least attached to, and I expressed to you guys last time, I was just a little bit annoyed about some things that went down between us, and clearly he just didn't trust me, and I knew that Dirk and Cam had way more trust in me than Caleb. It's the bottom line, and I wanted to break up that duo, because with one of them gone, the opposite, who already loved me more, will now learn to love me more eventually. I know they were upset with me right away, but I might have already redeemed myself, so you know what? It made sense and it was worth it. Yeah, so that blind side, like, I mean, if you look at my confessionals, I've been talking about getting rid of Caleb for some days now, so that just like played out exactly how I wanted to. Like, it's just like, as soon as like I heard that like Snowy had like planted enough seeds on the other side for them to like convene us finally, that like that was a lot. And I mean, I've been planning seeds too, because I was saying like, oh yeah, like they're a duo, like we gotta break that shit up. So it was just like really easy. So like basically like Snowy had the numbers from that side, like he was able to like guess Snowy, Echo, Infinity. I didn't really have a connect to Infinity, so that like Snowy and Echo did bring Infinity in. And then like Snowy and Echo were both attached to me like a triangle. So like I mean we all agree on that unanimously. The fun part is that I had to pull Sebastian from the like alliance with Caleb for this to work. And yeah, I mean I'd already been working on that. Like I was already planning season, we shouldn't trust them. We have to go to the alliance, like we were gonna have to flip soon because that's what I wanted. So I was already like putting that idea out there, so it was really easy to just be like, this is the time, you know? But like it's just interesting. It's like they have the cool underdog story, but like I just like just my alliance and just went crazy mode and spiced up the game. With Sebastian, we just went solo mode, and you know what? Don't regret it, because again, like, yeah, I'm way more attached to him than I realized it, so I wasn't in as bad of a position as like I was making it sound, but I mean Sebastian's position wasn't good there. I didn't want them to pick off Sebastian. Didn't want it to happen. I'd rather have Sebastian in the end. And so I just thought it was better for my game and Sebastian's game too, honestly. It was better for his game as well. So like for him to come with me, to be honest. Like, it's not like I made him do something shitty for his game, but I was thinking more about my game, but too. But yeah, like I just knew it was better to just do it. Like I knew it was gonna be painful. Scream at me. He told me in advance that he's the type who takes things really personal and gets really better. So like I knew he was gonna be a bitch about it, and he was. And of course, I get the bigger bitch energy because I said like, why should I trust you? If you don't trust me on my parchment, then he knows me. So I got the way more salt than Sebastian did, but like, I mean, if we make it to the end, then you can see that was a little for us because you guys were collecting the advantages, and now, like, I just found out that Dirk also had an idol and shit, so clearly I made the right call considering you guys were gonna obliterate me and Sebastian eventually, my one idol against all your advantages. No, we'll just take you out on a blind side when you're not seeing it coming. Okay, so that was successful. I did feel really guilty about it. Caleb's a really nice person, but at the same time, it was just such a good game. Like, that was just so good for my game. I like was still, at that point, I was still so in the middle and had all the attachments on either side. And like, I was able to do the flip. And then obviously, like, Cam and Dirk were a little bit desperate, and they're in a minority now, so it's not like they could have, like, gung-hoed after me, but I knew that there was at least a possibility that it would be like, it wasn't true. I was like, oh, I just hate me, I might just have to steal with him, or sorry, steal with like Snowy on that side and whatnot, but and then, you know, obviously it's a double tribal, so we get into the second tribal, and you know, Dirk comes back. He wouldn't talk to me at first. He did eventually, but like, you know, like, he was upset for sure. Cam messages me. Cam's also upset. But, like, luckily for me, Cam's more upset about the fact that I didn't feel comfortable going about it. Because I did, like, drop hints to him about how I anticipated the lines for too long. Like, I started to trust the hero. I said that I thought they would go on sooner than later. Like, I told him this. He just didn't want to hear it because he liked our little group and he thought it was safe and secure and he didn't want to go outside of that. Which I get, because he felt attached to everyone and he was in like the best, like arguably one of the best positions in that alliance, right? It's like, because he had good connections with everyone. He might have been in the absolute best position, honestly. So that made sense for his game, so I didn't expect him to flip because, you know, like, why would he, right? But the aftermath was him being like, I would have done it, like, if you wanted me to, like, you're my number one, whatever. So, you know, I just feel bad. But like, I think it was better for his game to left them too, because honestly, it's my ability and I don't. I'm the villain, you're the hero, like, good for you, I guess. And Elk wasn't super mad, I just like why I left Elk out, and a little mad, a little upset, but like nothing I couldn't fully do, you know? And then, yeah, I ended up like calling Cam earlier today and just kind of like, honestly I just gave him so much information, like actually, like I think I basically gave him most of the game tea that I know, like all the idols and everything, just so he would understand like why I did what I did and like how I've been like protecting them from the other side even if they didn't know about it, because I've known about like 3 idols that are out there and like there's just been a lot going on and, like, so I think because I did that, like even if I was about to lose his trust, I think that would be done because I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just tell you what this shit, like the worst thing that happens is you're gonna tell people whatever. Like everyone who I trust already knows the information, so like so yeah, that was like a calculated risk, but I think it worked out because then for this cycle, okay, so from like the outside looking in, it looked like it was just gonna be an easy draw. Like if you didn't like look into it, which some people didn't. However, I was getting like insider tea and I knew about another item, so I like had all this information coming to me and I was just so I knew that Echo was playing an idol, either on himself or on someone he felt was in danger, whether that was Snowy or Infinity, because Snowy literally told me to my face that this was Echo's plan, that he was willing to use it on any of those three. So I knew that T from Snowy. And then from Cam, I knew that they were trying to push, like that Dirk was going to vote Snowy, and I also knew that Dirk was saying he had an idol. Honestly, at first I was like, idol? Like, how? Because I thought I was like, Echo has it, but then I was like, well, I guess there's a few options, like a different idol, there's so many idols in this game, or, you know, Echo literally given him this idol, like, you never know. So then I was like, okay, so either there's one idol being played on Dirk and all those votes don't count, or there's gonna be two idols played with Dirk and one of probably Snowy or Echo, because like I told Snowy that, you know, he's catching a vote, so Echo was either gonna play on himself or Snowy. And that was my thought process. My main priority was keeping my top people safe, so that would be Snowy, Sebastian, Cam. So I wasn't gonna vote any of those three. So that left me with Infinity as my option, or Echo. But it was like a risk to vote Echo, because Echo could have played the idol on himself and I wish that we voted Echo. I wrote Echo's name on a parchment. I thought about it. I really wanted to, but I went back and forth a few times because I was like scheming this with Cam, and I just Cam, this is what I'm thinking. I think there could be like a whole bunch of fuckery happening today, and like I think we should just throw like 2 votes on Infinity. And then I was like, oh wait, maybe I'm thinking one too. Maybe we should throw them on Echo, because that would be really funny if we tried to get a big delay and then we like voted him out instead. I thought that would be so funny. And then I ended up like deciding we should flip it back to Infinity. Going with it, just letting me like do my thing. But yeah, and I flipped it back to Infinity just to be safe. And I said like we could vote Echo, but like there is a chance that Echo plays idol on himself and not Snowy, and that was matters. So that was so yeah, we decided to throw them on Infinity. So we threw our 2 votes on Infinity. And then I messaged Sebastian 10 minutes before the trial, which was just 30 minutes before. And I messaged him and I was like, hey, like, I don't know if it's you or Snowy catching votes right now, but like I think it's one of you for sure. Because I also like, as much as I knew that I thought it was Snowy, like I wasn't 100% confident, and also like if someone thinks they're the one at risk, then they're more likely to be like, oh my god, yes, thank you for protecting me. I'm not that mad at you for telling me last minute, and I'm down, kind of thing. So and that's kind of how it went basically. Like I basically said like, yeah, Sebastian, like I threw like Cam told me some information about your possibly having an idol, so me and Cam threw 2 votes on Infinity, and then he was like, why Infinity? And I was like, I like have some suspicions that we have an idol here, and I'm nervous about that, so I have to do Infinity. And then I was like, oh my god, I was like, maybe you could be me. I was like, yeah, it's probably more Snowy, like I don't know which one, but like if you have a few votes there, at least we can tie it. So then Sebastian was like, well fuck it, like I'll just throw my vote. He was getting 3 votes there, so then if there's 2, then we had so that worked out swimmingly. And then I ended up, and then Snowy asked me to CBC him during the tribal because he was so nervous about it. So I CBC'd him like maybe 5 minutes before he started. I was like, I'm so nervous, you know, like I might play it on me, but I'm so nervous. And I was like, it's Snowy, it's okay. Like, I got you. Like, even if I can fuck you over here, he doesn't have your back. Like, I have your back. Don't worry. Like, I told him that I did it. And I told him that I did it to protect him. Because I did. I thought Snowy was the one that was getting fucked, to be honest. I thought that I could, like, just it didn't make a lot of sense, but I was like, it's either that or Sebastian. I didn't even think. I don't know why I didn't think. But it doesn't matter. I prepared for the possibility of anyone that I didn't want to know, so that I came in with a person that I wasn't attached to. I would have never had my back, to be honest. So off. Like, I'm on voice call with Snowy, and like Snowy didn't even know they were voting Cam. Like, they didn't tell Snowy they were voting Cam, and we didn't tell Snowy until like 5 minutes before that we were voting Infinity. So like everyone left Snowy in the dark and Elk, and freaking like, so we're on voice call and that was happening, and I'm just laughing my fucking ass off what's happening, because I was like, holy shit, I was right. There were idols. Like, I knew about one, but like there's 2 boys. That's crazy. Oh my god. And I was just like, that's crazy. And like I was just laughing so hard because I was like, I can't believe that I pulled them up. And like I only like thought to like put it somewhere else. Like, yeah, like maybe the last hour. And I only got like Sebastian on board with it 10 minutes before. And like, oh my god, like I know I couldn't have done it without them, and I appreciate their help, but that was entirely my idea. And like, I just feel like a boss bitch for like always laughing. Like, that's such a cool move. And like just like double trouble in general has been like really good. Like, it's been like a blindside that, yes, some people thought was stupid of me, but I think it was like good for my game. I think it's gonna further me in this game now, especially now because I'm like back in the middle, and I could like, I mean, either side kind of wants me as a number at this point because I've picked off like one person from each side. So like either way they kind of need me or Sebastian. So we're kind of just vibing in the middle still. And like, yeah, it's just kind of crazy. And like I'm just so happy that like Cam and Snowy and Sebastian are all still here, because I feel like if I was in like an endgame situation, like as long as I have all 3 of them, there's no way that all 3 of them are fine. Like, yeah, maybe one of them, probably Snowy, might be like, I maybe didn't want to take Taylor to the end because she might beat me. But like, I don't know if I'll be able to get them all to the end. So I might, like, if I could just get, you know, my little army number 1s near the end, I think I'll be okay. And I hope so. Like, I'd love to get to the end. I mean, I think the jury's gonna be the team, but like, you know what? I'm proud of my own game. Like, they were telling me there, it's like, if I get there, like, I got there and do it. So, the end of the day, you know, like, fight to be honest. Sorry, I'm done. Anyways, yeah, so like that was the double trouble. It was so crazy, and like we were still talking about it, so I feel like I made this so long, but like the tea is fucking spicy. That is some spicy ass fucking shit, and I'm so happy that both votes went the way that I wanted them to. And like, if I can keep pulling that off for like 2 more rounds, like I'm so stoked. Hopefully I can. We'll see if I'll We'll see. Okay, thank you for listening. Bye.
Alrighty, work's dead again. Figured I'd do this on the phone at work again. So the double elim, going into it, even though I was immune in the F9, I was pretty scared. I had a gut feeling that something wrong was going to happen there, and I was right, but I didn't pursue it. I need to start listening to my gut more, because every time I have an off feeling about a vote, it's always the ones that change the game, and not in my favor. I don't think Caleb leaving will be the end of my game. I think the target on my back's a little bit more obvious now, but I think I can work my way out of it. It's F8, so I don't think I'm going home here, based on the conversations I've had with people that I still kind of have trust with. I feel like they would have at least told me because of how close I am with them. Like Taylor, I feel like if she knew, she would have told me at least that I was leaving. We're gonna try something a little crazy, me and Taylor. So, since Echo and Dirk are both kind of people we think might have the idol, and working with Dirk after that target hit's gonna be pretty difficult. So, I'm not gonna be going with Dirk's plan, but I'm also not gonna be voting Dirk. Taylor proposed that me and her put our votes on Infinity. Banking on Echo trying to make a big brain play here. If he doesn't and just idles himself, okay, then Dirk's probably finished. But if Echo is kind of scheming with Dirk, which is possible, but not super possible. I mean, I could see it happening, but I mean, either they both play idols and Infinity leaves, or we have a suspicion that it's possible Echo might be voting Snowy here with Dirk, and that's why Dirk's pushing Snowy to me and Elk. But I know Elk isn't going to be voting Dirk, or is going to be voting Dirk, so it'll be Elk, Infinity, and Snowy on Dirk. But if those three get canceled and Echo plays an idol, then we were gonna. So the original plan was we would target Echo here, thinking that he would play his idol on someone else. But now we just are kind of like, well, what if they both have idols? So instead, we're both gonna vote Infinity and hope enough votes get canceled to where Infinity does leave. If not, worst comes to worst, we're in the wrong. I think after this vote anyway, the people that actually want to work with me will work with me, since the majority will be kind of on that side anyway. It's just kind of difficult right now in this round because no one's really sure what people are going to try, since it's still the double and we have the power outage coming up, and no one really knows where anyone's allegiances are now that Caleb's gone and a lot of stuff got leaked. So yeah, hopefully I'm still here tomorrow. I think it's possible I will be. I'm very nervous still, don't get me wrong, because I could be getting played fully. But even so, it is what it is. I couldn't have done anything to stop it. I didn't expect to get painted as a trio with Caleb and Dirk, because I wasn't. But, you know, it is what it is. Gotta adapt. So, right now, hopefully Taylor and I's plan work. But if it doesn't, oh well, I don't think I'll be the one leaving anyway.
As you can gather, after a shocking turn of events and an idol play by Dirk, very well played, Infinity ended up catching the boot on this way and was sent to Ponderosa. That's the end of the double eviction. We are now going into the final 7, so we're really gearing up here for the end. It's the final push here. We did already do the live finale on the channel, so the episodes themselves like this will go into the final 5, and then you kind of catch up from there. Just to kind of let everybody know. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Sagevivor Season 2. We love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.